You do not need a website to start a legitimate online business. Here is what you actually need. Let me say something that might surprise you. You do not need a full built out website in order to have a legitimate online business. And if you're sitting here thinking, I can't launch it, I need my branding perfect, I need 12 pages, I need a blog, I need testimonials, quite frankly, you're delaying revenue. Here's the truth. When you are in business, your primary goal is not to look impressive. Your primary goal is to generate sales. And sales do not require a full website. They require a working digital setup that converts. Today, I'm going to break down 3 simple steps that you actually need to start generating revenue, and none of them require a 10-page website. If you're a coach, consultant, creator, or service professional, this is going to simplify everything. My name is Megan Monique, and I'm a success coach at Digital Mentors for our incubator program. We help coaches, experts, and creators turn their knowledge into scalable online businesses using our plan, build, grow framework. What's one of the biggest mistakes that we've seen in the build phase? Overbuilding before validating. Let's fix that. Your goal is sales, not a website. Before we get tactical, let's reset your mindset. When you are starting and growing a business, your focus should be conversations, conversions, and cash flow, not aesthetics, not perfection, and not complexity. A website is a tool. Revenue is the objective. And what you actually need is a conversion pathway, a simple digital setup that allows a stranger to become a client. And that's it. Let's break down the 3 ways that can happen. Setup number 1 is a lead capture page. This is the cleanest, most scalable way to begin. What is a lead capture page? A lead capture page is a single web page with one job: collect contact information. It's usually the user's name, the email, and maybe the phone number, but sometimes that can create resistance in exchange for something valuable. That can be a workshop, a checklist, a free training, a quiz, PDF, or masterclass. The goal isn't the free thing. The goal is the relationship. Let's talk about why this is important. Most beginners try to sell immediately, but sales requires trust. And trust requires proximity. A lead capture page allows you to build your email list, nurture your audience, follow up consistently, and move someone towards a call or purpose. This is the start of the marketing system. Inside Digital Mentors, we teach you simple funnel structures like workshop funnels and quiz funnels that do exactly this. But at the beginning, you only need one page. Here's how you can use it strategically. This is the flow: traffic through social media or ads or referrals, a lead capture page, automated email follow-up, and an invitation to book a call or buy. That's it. After someone opts in, you can send value emails to them, you can invite them into a conversation, you can build trust, and you can convert them into a sale when it's aligned. But you don't need a homepage, an about page, a services page, and a blog. You just need a list and you need follow-up. This is build done right. Step number 2 is the calendar, Zoom link, and payment link. Now let's talk about the simplest version of a business. That is how many high-ticket coaches start. And you just need the calendar link, a Zoom account, and a payment processor. And that's it. The flow for this can look like you create content, someone sends you a message, you send them your calendar link, and they book a call. You get on Zoom together and you close the sale. You can send a payment link right in the chat while you're there, and then you're done. No website involved, no funnel needed, no complexity. Here's why this works: because conversations convert. Most service professionals don't have a traffic problem. They have a conversion problem. They're hiding behind branding instead of being out there talking to prospects. This setup forces direct selling, direct feedback, fast validation, and cash flow. And once you start generating revenue, then you improve systems. Revenue first, infrastructure second. Setup number 3 is a direct message conversion. This is the most underrated setup. You can build a legitimate digital business entirely through Instagram DMs, Facebook Messenger, or LinkedIn Messenger. If you have a clear offer, a clear result, and a payment link, you do not need a website. You need clarity. Here's how this works. You create value content, you invite them into a conversation, you move the conversation to something that qualifies them, and then you send a booking link or a payment link. And that's it. Some of our most successful incubator members started with nothing but a social media profile, a booking link, and a Stripe account. The difference wasn't the tech, it was the execution. But here's why people think that they need a website. Let's address the psychology. A website feels safe, it feels productive, it feels like progress, but often it's procrastination disguised as preparation. A full website build is an asset, but sales validations happens in our grow phase. And if you haven't validated your ideal client, your offer, your message, you'll rebuild that website 3 different times, 100 different times. Here's what you actually need first. Let me simplify this into priorities. First, you need a clear offer. And then you need a simple conversion path. Then you need to get into conversations. Then comes the revenue, and then you can optimize. You're not going to start with a brand, a logo, a website, a photo shoot, colors, and then maybe selling. That is backwards. So when do you need a full website? Let's be balanced. Eventually, yes, you can have your website. When you have your validated offer, when you have your testimonials, when you have predictable traffic, when you have consistent revenue, then a website can become a brand hub, an authority builder, an SEO asset, and a credibility enhancer. But that's phase 2 or 3, not day 1. So if you become an incubator member at Digital Mentors, we don't just teach you the tech. We teach you a sequence: plan, build, grow. We also help you clarify your offer, your ideal client, build the simplest revenue generating setup. We help you create conversations and scale from there. But most people don't fail because of their lack of information. You know all of this stuff. You fail because you build the wrong thing at the wrong time, and the momentum dies in the complexity of what you're trying to do. If you're watching this and you've been tweaking your website for months, rewriting your bio endlessly, or waiting until everything feels perfect until you push your product out into the world, I want to challenge you. Have you had 5 sales conversations this week? Have you asked anyone to buy? Have you invited someone into your calendar? Because business is not branding. Business is revenue. You do not need to build a full website to start a legitimate online business. You just need a clear offer, a way to collect leads or book calls, and a way to send a payment link, and the courage to have conversations. Start simple, generate revenue, then build infrastructure. If you want support doing this step by step, clarifying your offer, building the right setup for your stage, and generating real momentum, that's exactly what we do inside of the Digital Mentors Incubator Program. The link is below if you'd like to join one of our workshops to find out more. We can help you stop overbuilding and start earning. And remember, clarity creates confidence. Action creates cash flow. Momentum creates freedom. I'll see you inside.